It's nice to see everybody talking about how wonderful it is to start over when you're 50 and above, or your retirement age, you're more mature, right? Can you start over? This is your new chapter. It's the beginning of the year. It's 2025. This is your time, and all of this. It's all great, but not all of us made it unscarred. Some of us got beat the fuck up. We got beat down. We have had heart attacks, strokes, we're losing our hair, our teeth are falling out. Don't make starting over peachy cream for everybody when it's not. Life beats you up. This is what this video is all about. This is for those of us who are starting over but a little scarred up. You can't truly say almost 50 until you're 49. Well, I saw all of these women so bitter. Oh my goodness. And treating younger women like really bad. Like really bad. I'm not going to go into great detail because it takes a lot for a woman to get to that point. So I'm not chastising women. You never know what happens to a woman in this world. But what I knew is I didn't want to become that. I didn't want that to be my new set.
Want to know how I took my hair from this dry, frizzy afro to this shiny, straight hair with no chemicals or products? And how I made this plate of absolute deliciousness, salmon croquettes, cooked to a perfection in this ginger salad that will literally have your taste buds begging for more. And what this video is
This is what this video is all about. This is for those of us who are starting over but a little scarred up. Life has been hard. Now it's time for you to make it easier. Time to make things easier on yourself. And perhaps you're now living with disabilities, right? Especially those ones that maybe you lost.
Well, my friends, I am 1000% sure that you get the picture. So let's get started, shall we? I'm going to go ahead and start with my hair. Now, all of these ingredients is a protein treatment you can find in your kitchen. There are no chemicals here, no products. It's inexpensive and things that you find in your refrigerator and cabinet. I'm going to start off with 1.5 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 large egg, and a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of extra virgin olive oil. Mix it up to a creamy consistency and start applying it to our hair. Let's get started.
All right, everyone. So I've got this wonderful stuff here. We're going to put it in my hair. So I've got my hair sectioned off. As you guys could see, I just go ahead and section it off in, kind of smaller sections to make it more manageable, and just apply it to my hair from root to tips. And I'm pretty much saturating each section with all of this love. So I'll get a little closer for you so you could see the difference. It's amazing. It literally starts working on your hair right away. I mean, you want to get nourishment,
protein and moisturizer all at the same time, well then this, my friends, is exactly what you're going to do to take care of yourself. Take a look at this. So, one little section at a time. I mean, you see the difference? Look at this side. Look at this dry stuff. I'm going to see that dry stuff, the difference. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue putting this on my hair, one section at a time. And I'm going to take my time. And while I do this, oh my goodness, we're living alone, right? Where it's just you and your spouse, and children are out of the house. Life has beat you up. You have sacrificed all that you can for now. It is time for you to reset. It's time for you to reset. Your body has sets during your life. A set weight. A set time. Your body clock wakes you up at a set hour. Your hair, even your hair growth has a set length. It's time to reset. Your spirituality, your religious preference, your knowledge of self, everything resets at this time. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I started resetting way earlier. I know you can't truly say almost 50 until you're 49. Well, I saw all of these women so bitter. Oh my goodness. And treating younger women like really bad. Like really bad. I'm not going to go into great detail because it takes a lot for a woman to get to that point. So I'm not chastising women. You never know what happens to a woman in this world. But what I knew is I didn't want to become that. I didn't want that to be my new set. So I started accepting that half of my life, more than half of my life is gone. You think about it, 50 is the halfway point, right? But truly, more and more people are living 100 and longer. But the average lifespan is anywhere between 70 and 86 years old, especially for an African American female, which, I'm about 40% African American. So I'm basically half African American. So I do qualify for that statistic. If I go see a medical doctor, they're not going to say, oh, she's 40% African American. This is a black girl coming into my office, which I hate. I hate that statement, black girl. God, that's another video. Black girl, I am a woman that is American. We will go into that, trust me. But not today. Today is all about making sure that you are telling yourself something different about becoming 50, single, and your children are out of the house. Not all of us have children that are sticking around. This world takes them away. That's why the Bible makes it so important for you to understand to raise your child up in a way and they will always return, because they know the world will take them. That's what happens. The world takes our children. And we have to have faith and strength and honor in what we have taught them will stay here and reflect in their decisions and choices or lessons that they learned from making the wrong ones. Oh, mommy was right. Okay? So while they're out doing that, all of the sacrifice and neglect that you've done, it's time for you to take care of you and reset. So I'm going to finish doing my hair. Oh yeah, what I was saying was, like, seriously, guys, I mean, after I finish putting that in and get the section done, I just twist it up and make another section and continue on. But I got caught up here. I want you to understand, like, if you are in your early 40s and you're watching this, go ahead and say it. I'm almost 50. Start reflecting now. Because what I see is a lot of women not giving themselves enough time to do that. 1 year isn't enough time for half of a century of life. You need more to be able to accept and acknowledge what has come to pass. All of the trauma, all of the triumphs, all of the pain, and all of the joy. And you need to give yourself that time. So waiting until you are 49 to say I'm almost 50 isn't gonna cut it. It's time for change. Start thinking about it now. What are you going to do in your next life? Because you don't have another 50 years, chances are. Chances are what you have is at best 20 to 35 years left. 35, 38. So I want you to think about that and reflect on how the Most High has brought you through. Not just all of the sacrifices, all of the things you put yourself through, because we mess up. Not just all of the things people put you through. No. Not what's going to happen next, because we're almost 50 now. We know better. It's coming, and we can ease into it now. But what's happening now? Stay in the moment. Stay mindful of where you are now while you're doing this. All right, I'm going to continue with my hair, and I'll be back. All right, so as you can see, I'm done. I've got it all in my head, and I've got it in like a little bun. So I just take this plastic cap, and that's it. Yeah. Typically, I'll leave it in my hair for a good 30 to 45 minutes. It's the new moon. And it's January 29th. It's the new moon. The first new moon of the year to do my hair. So I'm giving it a really good treatment. And I'm going to give it just a little bit of dusting. I'm not going to trim it. I usually trim my hair on a waxing moon. On the new moon, I'm giving it some really good treatments. A lot of people think that I follow the moon cycle for my hair. Let's get to the root of it. You know, we're almost 50, we're 50 or over. We can accept now that it's not the moon,
It is the sun, because the moon is a reflection of the sun's light. So it really is the sun cycle that you're following still. You could say you're following the moon cycle. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But to understand the root, to really get to it and know where it's coming from, then you're going to know that you are experiencing the sun cycle. Okay, you're still following the sun cycle even though it's the moon. You're not going to be able to follow the moon cycle without the sun reflecting, shining on it. So we'll be getting into that because I want you guys to understand, kind of step out of the moon a little bit. Come into the light with me. Okay? Let the sun activate your melanin and your chi, your energy, okay? Come into the sunlight where there's clarity. Sometimes the sun beeps in your eyes and you just can't see though, right? But we can go ahead and keep for now on the moon cycle, but I just wanted to go ahead and say that to you because I feel that it's very important, especially at this time in your life. Understanding the root. So before I keep going on this tangent, I'm going to finish my hair. So I'm back. I've washed it out, conditioned it very well. Let the conditioner sit in there for a good 15 minutes. A nice deep conditioning while I showered. And now I'm just going to section this off. One section at a time. And it's quite drawn up. Smells so good. So I'm going to also go ahead and straighten it. Like I said, it's the new moon. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a dusting as well. And yeah. So I'm using, of course, you guys saw in my short Softy Mango. And it's going to come up a little bit. All right. Ooh, I smell that. Turn it down. I've got a little section here, and I'm just gonna give it just a little bit of oil, not a whole lot, because like I said, I conditioned it really well, and I'm gonna straighten it. So, but it's gonna be enough oil, but not an extreme amount. Just gonna go ahead and comb that in. And remember, you are absolutely 100% worth the time it takes to pamper yourself. This is not just self-care. This is a spiritual thing. These hairs that you have, it's a connection to so... It's like saying that it's a reflection of what you're putting into you. When you lose your hair, there's a picture there. I didn't decide to shave my head and say, oh, I'm gonna, go natural. I lost it because of illness and medications. So, this is a long journey, and it's what you're putting into you. And all of the things that you've lost, and all of the things that you've gained, and all of the things that you have to gain, all of the things that you have yet to lose. hair brings in so much spirituality, the inner spirituality that reflects outside. So I'm going to go ahead and blow dry this hair on a warm plate. All right. So I had to go get my comb. I have this wide tooth comb. I'm just going to, of course, from tip to root, give it a good comb. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and straighten this hair. So you want to keep it on low. If you have, this is all about, you know, people who have aging, thinning hair, maybe neglected because life has beaten you up. And you didn't have time to take care of yourself. You had other priorities that you had to put before yourself. They say put yourself first, but you couldn't. And you're paying for it. And you're trying to nurture yourself and your environment and your nature to reset and begin again. So with everything that you have gained, right, and chopped off that didn't need, we're going to go ahead and keep it on a low, because I have not only thin aging hair, but it's low density and low porosity. So here we go. You know, when I learned what worked best for me with my hair and my hair journey, because I still have a natural hair journey, it's just different because of the, you know, sickness. But I feel like through all of it, the biggest thing that I learned is what works best for me. You know, I spent months, years, hours watching hair videos, and then only to come that some people didn't even have real hair. They went to the hairdresser once a week. I've not gone to no hairdresser. I don't have the availability to do so. I have agoraphobia. I can't leave my house. I don't have anyone to come over my house. I don't have it like that. And even if I did, I would probably end up spending on somebody that needs it. So yeah, this is, you know, I'm autistic. Hair for me, with my autism, for me, hair is just really was never really that big of a priority. But because of what happened to me and what my kidnapper did with my hair, it's a challenge actually to do my hair, but I'll talk about that in another video. But we all have challenges. So go easy on yourself. You know, keep that heat low when you're straightening things out in your life, so you don't burn it and singe it off, all that growth you've had. Okay, I'm going to continue to do this, and I shall return. So as you can see, my hair is done. Oh my gosh. It feels good. It's so bouncy, really manageable. The ends are trimmed, and everything that's preventing my growth, right? Holding on to those frayed ends that don't serve you well, that will continue to climb up and destroy the progress you've made, is such a good example as a reflection of things that happen inside of our physical realm, our physical being, right? Our existence within the physical realm. But then there's an existence in our spiritual realm. And boy, does it reflect, with hair. You can literally grasp hold of so many lessons with this, but yeah. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and hope that you try it, because I don't know if all of you guys have tried it yet. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I have lots of hair videos, but what I usually do is that mayonnaise and egg, and then I do the Cherry Lola treatment. This video right here. And then I also do the conditioner with honey treatment and aloe vera gel. And that's pretty much what I do to my hair. That's it. I keep it simple. You keep it simple, and it's not really even about staying safe, because life isn't about being safe. It's not safe. Life isn't about that. Life is about learning. It's about growing. It's about the inner growth, the graduation periods of life, of the steps that you have to take to attain your transcendence. You want to transcend from this physical body. Everybody's so into the process to get to transformation. But really, once you've transformed, there's more to it. And you're 40 and over. You know now that you don't need to ask the Most High for bravery, right? You don't need to ask anything for your hair to grow. It's going to grow. You need to retain what you have, right? Retain the hair growth. You twist your ends up at night, make sure that they're protected. So it's the same thing here. It's the same thing. You want to protect that bravery. You want to protect that courage for this last half of your life. Here on this earth, in this body, in this time. And, oh my gosh. We realize this. But then there comes a point where it's beyond realization. Because realizing meaning in mental, and then realize, you're manifesting it. And then there's another, and that's transcendence. You're not just realizing for now, from then. You're realizing in the future, which is now and then. It's transcendence, going beyond what you have transformed to be. And that, my friends, is this next half of your life. So, we got the beginning of the year. right? It's the beginning of the year. You're done reflecting. November and December, you've reflected. The end of the year had came and you're like, next year I really want to make it count. We do this to ourselves, right? And it's part of socialization. Everybody likes to study psychology, but I recommend maybe major in psychology if you want to do that, but minor in either business or sociology. Okay? That's where the real is. But socially, we don't grasp the fundamental understanding of moving on. Because generally, like, I'll use someone's mistake as an example. Someone makes a mistake. Generally, we don't let them forget, and we don't really forgive them. One of the most popular stories in the Bible is prostitution, right? Marion. And everybody wanted to stone her to death. And Yeshua says to them, let thou who has not sinned cast the first stone. It's kind of like that. You make a mistake, and we socially, we say, and spiritually and religiously, and my goodness, capitalize off of it like nobody's business. Forgive and forget. Right? Well, my goodness, socially, we hold each other back from doing that. There's not a real struggle to do that inside. It really isn't. There's no struggle to forgive and forget. The struggle is knowing that other people will not. That's the struggle. That's where it comes, because we don't allow each other to do that. And I'm just using that as an example here, because I want you to see that you've come to this point and you've transformed. You have been beaten up, because not everybody comes to this point and, we're going to start over now. We're going to start fresh. I'm 50 years old. I got my life back. No, you have a lifetime of healing to do. You have understanding, though, because not only are you beat up, you're wiser. And not all of us have thicker skin that's tough. Some of us remained soft.
I trust your day of going well. Check your blood pressure. And it's time to eat something. 6 to 8 small meals a day. And your energy levels should improve. Don't forget to move around a little and drink some water.
That's Alexa. I'm about to do that in just a minute. Alexa, thank you.
No problem. I'm always happy to help.
So, but, you come to this point and you've been beat up and you're still soft enough to really take that clay that you've been given, the potter's clay, and be molded by the Most High genuinely, like you never have before. You know you don't have to ask for bravery. You know you don't have to ask for courage. You know you don't have to ask for strength. By now, you have an abundance of it. You know that. You just need to know how to properly and responsibly utilize that bravery. that courage and strength and wisdom and know-how. This is your time. This is your time to heal. This is your time to be close to your bravery, to be close to your strength, to be close to your wisdom. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is your time. And it's okay. It's okay that you are taking a long time to be comfortable doing something for you. Because chances are it's going to take you a few years to get back into the, and not even back. This is not even reinventing. This is literally starting again, a reset. The things you liked, you don't like anymore. You realize their importance was diddly squat. That your soul is the really, the perilla. It's your soul that takes precedence over all things else in your life. This is your time. It's okay to love on yourself. It's okay now to put yourself first. Yeah, it's okay. Because like I said, not all of us made it this far unscathed. Some of us are tainted. Some of us are, we got stains, right? The Bible talks about having clean robes, new robes, when you enter into the kingdom of the Most High God. They will be made white, clean, right? So you're stained. It's time for you to clean it up. Acknowledge what you did. Acknowledge what you didn't do. All of the neglect, you got some fixing, some making up to do, some healing. You are worth the time to do it. Say it out loud. I am worth it. Okay? You're worth it. This is the message that I want to say to you. Life has been hard. Now it's time for you to make it easier. Time to make things easier on yourself. And perhaps you're now living with disabilities, right? Especially those ones that maybe you lost a leg. You know, maybe you've gotten diabetes and sugar settled behind your eyes or in your toes or fingers, right? Because that's where the sugar settles. That's where it settles. And it ruins your nerve endings. And you have to end up getting it taken off or losing your eyesight. Perhaps you were with an abusive man or an abusive woman, and you have so much inner work to do, so much reprogramming. You know, girl, get up. First of all, I don't like that word girl. I'm not that anymore. I'm 40 and over. I'm almost 50 years old. This year I'll be 50. Finally. I made it. I am happy to say that. Make it easier on yourself. Perhaps you have invisible disabilities. POTS, heart disease, Perhaps real trauma has happened to you. And yes, I said real trauma. Because we were on this thing and we went a little too far with it. Where we say that there's no such thing as saying serious trauma. Because it all depends on what's happening on the inside. That, my friends, is where I disagree with. It is very measurable. That inner trauma. And losing your cat or losing a job or losing a ring that your deceased loved one gave you is so much easier to deal with than watching your parent get shot in the head and killed. It's easier than some man breaking into your apartment, beating you for hours, hog-tying you, raping you, drugging you, throwing you in the back of your own trunk and keeping you, torturing you for 7 months. 7 months. It's bad if you have a husband that rapes you. Say he rapes you once. Can you really compare that level of inner trauma to some young lady who's gang raped by 7 or 8 men? We've gotten away from it. So if your trauma has been belittled and you didn't really actually heal from it, but you moved on, you've got a lot of weight that you have to ease up off of yourself with. Because socially, you were not accepted to heal or even talk about those things because people can't hear it. It's too hard. It's traumatic for someone to hear someone else's trauma. They don't like people grieving. People don't accept others' grief. They are rude, narcissistic. It's evil. It's more than you're just uncomfortable. Grief is literally a part of life. And we belittle it. We make it discreet. What the heck? Time for change. Ease up on yourself. You don't have to deal with that anymore. There's a reason why Yeshua says to us, I am in this world, but not of it. Remove yourself from those worldly things just for a moment. They're like little pacifiers that we've grasped hold of instead of the bravery, instead of the courage, instead of the wisdom. The best parts of your feminine energy. Your instincts. And your ability of self-love. It is your soul that takes precedence right now over anything else. Don't you forget that. We're going to take a break because like Alexa said, it's time for me to check my blood pressure. I'm going to eat something. Would you guys like to eat with me? I have a great meal prepared for us. Come on.
Welcome to my kitchen. The Most High blessed me with an awesome landlord, and she let me decorate it how I want. But do you see this deliciousness right here? This is my version of salmon croquettes. And the perfect side, my ginger phoenix salad. This will only take you about 15 to 20 minutes to make, and probably less once you get the hang of it. It's heart healthy. It's easy, it's delicious, it's decadent. But if the ginger interferes with your medication, just omit, leave it out. I promise you, it's still absolutely delicious. Let's get started. We will start off soaking your greens. Use what you want because that ginger dressing is perfect on so many things. But I will be using 5 greens. As you see here, 2 large handfuls of a spring mix, 2 medium handfuls of arugula or rocket leaves, all in some cool water, and 2 cupfuls of apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to add 3 herbs to that. And you could use cilantro or substitute with parsley, about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons, 2 large leaves of basil, and 1 and 1.5 tablespoons of mint. The next thing you want to do is get a red apple. I have here a very sweet, crispy honey apple. I cut about 1/4 of it into chunks. This all depends on your blender and how you want it to be. This is going to be your dressing here, and I want mine to be fairly chunky, but still be a dressing and have it stick to my leaves. So if you want it to be smoother, I guess you're going to put more olive oil and more water at the end. But for now, 1/4 apple, and you're going to get 2 carrots. One you're going to chop up into 1/4 cup, and the other one you're going to clean and take the skin off. And we're going to use this for spiralizing. So set it aside for later. The next thing we're going to do is take about a thumb size of fresh ginger. And we're going to take and peel the skin off. If you want to use a spoon, or as I'm doing here, my blade, I go ahead and use my knife and take all of that skin off. And then chop it up into chunks. And then I'm going to take 1 medium to small size garlic clove. I'm going to take the skin off and that little hard piece at the front of it, cut it in half, and set all of this aside. So the next fruit or vegetable, whatever one you want to call it, the next fruit is going to be a cucumber. We're also going to use that for spiralizing, like the carrot that we set aside earlier. But I kind of like to take the cucumber and take the peeling off just in this like stripe formation, because when I use the spaghetti setting on the spiralizer, it looks so pretty. You'll see, absolutely beautiful, absolutely delicious. So as you can see, the next step is to go ahead and get your blender together and put all of your ingredients in, your apples, your carrots, your ginger. Absolutely yummy ingredients, right? You're going to go ahead and put all of them in, and about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of water, and about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and 1/2 tablespoon to 1 tablespoon of grade A dark maple syrup, and about 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. You're going to go ahead and blend all of that out. My friends, if you want to omit the ginger, go ahead, and you're going to go ahead and put in also 2 large dates. This is what's going to make it sweet, but in a more healthy way, not using that table sugar, but nature's sugar, nature's candy. It's a date or some. You guys know, I think candy is like a piece of roasted garlic. So sweet. You can roast the garlic as well to use for this recipe as your ingredient as well. But go ahead and make it chunky. Look at this. Absolutely yummy. Give it a taste. See if you need to add a little bit of salt or pepper to that. Goodness. Goodness. It is so good. So, yeah, all of this is super fun, but this next part is super duper fun. You get your toy out and play with your spiralizer. I love using this thing. There's so many settings. They have so many different shreds that you could use, but I'm going to use the spaghetti setting. I think it's really pretty, and it comes out in these nice little pretty coils that you can put on top of your salad, on top of your fish or your beef. Oh, absolutely yummy. Yeah, you can take your onions and coat it with flour and cornmeal and dip it in some deep fry. Oh, it's so good, you guys. You have to try using a spiralizer. It makes your presentation upgraded. It is essential if you just like to play in your kitchen or you use cooking as therapy. So here, it just makes your food less boring. Sometimes you have to, you can see I don't use it every day. So you got to give it a little, try. But once you get it on there, look at this. So pretty. With the cucumber, you want to make sure you get some of that water out. So you set it between a towel or a napkin, and it'll soak the water through. But yeah, it's time to plate, my friends. My bad. I was just kidding. It's not time to plate. It's time to prepare these greens. Hello. Take them out. Rinse them really good. Dry them. I just use a towel. Put them in your mixing bowl. And then we're going to chop up our herbs. You can, make them into really small or really chunky pieces. It really does depend on you. I like mine kind of shredded, and I go ahead and put it in my other greens. I have here a spring mix and arugula, and then we're going to take that ginger dressing. We're going to toss the greens in, the herbs inside of the greens. We're going to take that beautiful, colorful orange ginger dressing and put it on top and thoroughly mix this together. Once it's mixed together, now, my friends, it's time to plate this deliciousness. You want to have that a restaurant level upgraded salad flavor. There's a difference between the salads you make at home and the ones at the restaurant. Just add a little bit of lemon juice, olive oil, salt, and pepper to your greens. Yes, flavor your greens first and then for the dressing. That's why I love putting like 3 different types of herbs in it. Oh my goodness, it's so good. So I think really one of my favorite parts about this dish, this recipe, is plating it. Besides the beautiful colors, I mean, look at how that orange just pops. When you remove the salad from the salad bowl and to put it on the plate, the aroma hits your nose like you will not believe. I mean, it is such an experience. This dish, this recipe is easy to make. It's healthy. It's delicious. It's decadent. It's so fun. It will bring out that little girl, that little boy that you push down inside when the flavor hits your mouth. Your toes will start to curl. Your body will start swaying. You'll get that little sparkle in your eyes. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is done. This meal, this recipe is on purpose to make you happy. So good. So beautiful. Look at the colors. The colors just brighten up your attitude. And let me tell you, my friends, when your day is over and you sit down to eat dinner, that's what you want to help you heal. Something to help your attitude and positivity shine through all the trials and tribulation that the day could bring. This right here, my friends, is that extra pick-me-up that you need to get through the rest of the day. So delicious. Oh my goodness. Easy, healthy, delicious, decadent. Here's to your health. For me, the dimension of texture in my mouth is autistic safe. It's not overwhelming. It all works together. The flavors, the textures. It helps you chew, which chewing really aids in digestion. You tend to get fuller quicker and stay fuller longer when your digestion is allowed to start in your mouth. And let me tell you, you want to keep chewing. You want the flavors to keep bursting into your mouth with this meal. Your mouth is going to sing. Just look at that. Look at that gorgeous plate. Goodness. We're living alone, right? Where it's just you and your spouse, and children are out of the house. Life has beat you up. You have sacrificed all that you can for now. It is time for you to reset. It's time for you to reset. Your body has sets during your life. A set weight. A set time. Your body clock wakes you up at a set hour. Your hair, even your hair growth has a set length. It's time to reset. Your spirituality, your religious preference, your knowledge of self, everything resets at this time. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I started resetting way earlier. You can't truly say almost 50 until you're 49. Well, I saw all of these women so bitter. Oh my goodness. And treating younger women like really bad. Like really bad. I'm not going to go into great detail because it takes a lot for a woman to get to that point. So I'm not chastising women. You never know what happens to a woman in this world. But what I knew is I didn't want to become that. I didn't want that to be my new set.
It's nice to see everybody talking about how wonderful it is to start over when you're 50 and above, or your retirement age, you're more mature, right? Can you start over? This is your new chapter. It's the beginning of the year. It's 2025. This is your time, and all of this. It's all great, but not all of us made it unscarred. Some of us got beat the fuck up. We got beat down. We have had heart attacks, strokes, we're losing our hair, our teeth are falling out. Don't make starting over peachy cream for everybody when it's not. Life beats you up. This is what this video is all about. This is for those of us who are starting over, but a little scarred up.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Awakening of Phoenix Living with Disability Healing. This channel was created to empower those who feel and become unwanted after trauma, heal through spirituality, and improve the quality of their life while living with disability. I want to thank you all for your support. Our trademark is now registered. It is not just your spirituality that can define your journey. It is your journey that can define your spirituality.